Sweden, Denmark, Canada, and this is the greatest, really.
Well, we'd like you to, when you leave, if you would leave Gordon Ray here, just let us use him for a while. Can you do that?
If you leave me with 500,000 pounds, I'll leave him here, okay?
We don't weigh that much, do we, John?
Pounds of what? Sterling.
This is the game a little different? Now, there's been some speculation during the week that the game as it's played in Scotland is somewhat different than the game as it's played in England. A little more individuality, a little more freelancing, if you will.
Well, the players are inclined to use the ball a bit more. You know, they like to beat a man instead of passing. They like to show the skills. As Scotland, we reckon we started the game, really.
Well, unfortunately for the Quakes, it's kind of been going that way, John.
Yes, they played very well the first half, and I told Cecil, we were up there talking, and he saw those rugby players coming down, and I told him that that's who we're using the second half, and he got a little bit worried. I'm sure the second half's going to be just as exciting as the first half.
Now, with a name like Murphy, I want to know the origin of Hibernian, where that name comes from. This will be a history lesson now for our viewers.
Well, if you're all listening, Hibernian is Hibernia, which is an old Roman Latin word where Caesar wintered these troops. And the Irish priests came over from Ireland, and they nicknamed us Hibernian in 1875. They only stayed with us for 2 years, and unfortunately they went away and they formed a team called Celtic. I don't know if you heard it, but
not the Boston Celtics. Now you're not going to talk about.
No, the Glasgow Celtic. You know, they took away half our team as well. But
and Hibernian's the only thing they left with you. The name.
The name Hibernian. Hibs is our nickname. Hibs.
Hibs, or I hear the Irish call you the Hibs occasionally.
The Hibs, but the fans back home chant Hibs.
You know, John, Julie and I were talking about making a trip to Scotland. That is one of the voids in my life. But
talking about the Loch Ness Monster, you need a live haggis, actually. You know, you've got to beat it with a live haggis before you
got to explain that to me.
Well, live haggis, you know, that's... Oh, I can't really explain. They run about in little legs.
Oh, I see.
And you feed them up with a bit of whiskey, stick them on the end of the hook, and you've got a good chance of catching
him. Right?
If you don't, you feed yourself up with whiskey, you know.
That's why
they must hang out with